Before we get started with today's video, I definitely want to take some time to thank my friends over at Avant Garde. All right, so Avant Garde is a place where you can go online, type in the website, and you have a plethora of fragrances from the niche world. Now, niches can be intimidating, so sample, and they have those discovery sets as well. Head over there, look around, shop around, and save you some money by using the code DEDRICK20 on anything on Avant Garde. And it's definitely something where, if you're ready to elevate your fragrance collection or get into something new or tap into another level as far as quality goes, hey, Avant Garde has you covered. All right, so head over there, use DEDRICK20, save anything, get anything over there except mind games. Don't worry. You can head over to mindgames.com and use DEDRICK10 for 10% off anything on mindgames.com. All right, so save you some money, explore, see what you discover, and let me know down below in the comments if you rock with anything. All right, appreciate y'all. Let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what's going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, DEDRICKHJR, and we are back with another fragrance video. All right, so I'm excited today. I'm excited to talk about these two fragrances that we are going to be discussing. And man, yeah, well, let's go ahead and get into it. But up first, as always, smell good, family. Hopefully you guys are doing well, doing great, doing fantastic, positive energy and positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here on this channel. And truly, I hope truly that everyone is doing great and amazing. If you're going through a tough time right now, definitely sending that positive energy and that positive vibes your way. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. This video is sponsored by my friends over at Avant Garde. We have two fragrances that they sent my way, being very honest and transparent about that. These were sent to me, but that is not going to reflect my thoughts and how I feel about these fragrances. So I've already sampled these fragrances and smelled them, so we're going to go ahead and jump into some experience that I've already had with these fragrances. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Up first, from the house of Mind Games, and this stuff is incredible, we have French Defense. French Defense. Look at that beautiful bottle. If you know about Mind Games, they have the whole chess piece set up with all of their collections and fragrances, but it's really good. All right, so standard box for Mind Games French Defense. As you can see, very nice box here. Tall box, kind of opens up, and the fragrance sits inside right here. Just very simple. Mind Games French Defense. And if you haven't experienced Mind Games before, on the front of the boxes they have what the two main notes are. And on this one it's black cherry and amber. All right, black cherry and amber. Now if you've been stopping by through this channel long enough, you guys know that cherry is one of my favorite notes. For sure. I love the note of cherry. It's an aphrodisiac type of vibe for me. Really gets me going. Really enjoy the smell. It hadn't been a cherry fragrance that I've disliked yet. All right, but this stuff is awesome. So again, the bottle's very classy, very unique. Whole chest piece type of vibe here. You take the top off. Mind Games is engraved right before the atomizer. All right, shows up there. Very classy, very nice. Cap clicks into place. I definitely wouldn't hold it on its own because it's not locked in like that, so do not hold it on its own. All right, so let's go ahead and get this on a tester strip and talk about the amazing French Defense. So check out this atomizer. As always, beautiful pressurized atomizer, man, in the air. Golly, bro, so good in the air, man. You get this bold, fruity, sweet cherry, but it seems like it's like a bowl of cherries drizzled in like some honey and boozy rum. That's what I get just in the air, man. Now I've tested this on skin. This is my first time smelling it on paper, but I feel confident enough kind of walking you guys through it. So of initial impression, you get this, like I said, you get this beautiful, sweet and dark cherry. It's not a bright and candy like cherry like in some cherries that might be out there, but it's definitely rich and bold and dark. You can just smell the richness and the darkness off of the cherry. To my nose, it smells like it's been like drizzled in some honey and some booze. That's what it is to my nose. There's also a floral presence for sure. We're going to get into the notes in just a little bit, but there is also a floral presence. Now, This is completely unisex, and some may even say it leans a little feminine, and I could see that. I could see why. But for me, it's not a problem whatsoever. I'm very confident within myself to wear what I wear, but I wouldn't call this a feminine fragrance. It's definitely unisex, but I can see how a more masculine person who's into more masculine scents would probably stay away from this. They might think it smells great, but they might not wear it. I am not that guy. I will be wearing this fragrance for sure. Very rich, high quality, when I first smelled it, I wish I would have recorded it. I stopped in my tracks, man, because I was very excited because of the cherry note in there. So to smell it and experience it the way that I have so far, this fragrance has risen up to the top, right along where Tom Ford's Lost Cherry is as my top cherry fragrance in my entire collection. Let's go ahead and get into the notes here, man. This stuff is absolutely fantastic. Don't want to shortchange Mind Games at all. So according to our friends over at Parfumo.com, there's no, they don't have it as a opening, mid, and close. They have them all together. So check this out. You have an amber note, black cherry, blonde woods, cedar wood, cognac, I believe it's called chamomile, all right, chamomile, Madagascar, geranium, mimosa, patchouli, rose absolute, saffron, and violet leaf. And I definitely get a saffron feel from this fragrance, like definitely. It's the perfect amount of spice that's matching up with that cherry and that kind of boozy effect. And it's very well blended, very well balanced. So to my nose, 4 notes that I really pick up: cherry, like this honey booziness for sure. There's definitely a a floral effect. There's rose in here, yes, but there's a floral effect in this as well. But this stuff is absolutely super stellar. There is a woodsy feel, kind of a slight dryness as it starts to dry down on skin. But it's complementary. It's complementary to the fragrance for sure. It's not very apparent, but as it dries down, it kind of shows its head for sure. French Defense is just one of those ones. This is something specifically, in my opinion, date night for sure. Springtime, fall time. Winter time, I wouldn't wear this in the highest of heat, but maybe a summer evening if you're not really dealing with humidity or anything like that. But the springtime for sure, this is a great wedding day scent. If you're attending a wedding during the spring, this would be a great scent, or during the fall, be a great scent for that as well. Ladies, trust me, you will love this stuff. Fellas, you might love to smell this off your lady, and ladies, you might like to smell this off of your man. It's that unisex, like right down the middle to me for sure. Gonna be wearing this a lot, especially as we approach the springtime. It's gonna be one of my go-tos. I can feel it anytime me and my wife go out. French Defense is definitely gonna be on the list to select from for sure. But if you love cherry, and you love florals, and you love like a honey booziness, I wouldn't necessarily say it's edible, but it puts you in the gourmand state of mind. You know what I will say is edible. The cherry, the honey, and the booze, yes, I will say it's edible. But with that floral touch hovering over the cherry, the honey, and the booze. Honey isn't listed, but I get honey to my nose. I get honey to my nose for sure. I usually don't give ratings, man, but for me personally, to my taste, and I'm a fan of cherry, that's why this rating is going to be what it is, man. I'm giving this a 9 out of a 10. 9 out of a 10 initial rating, man. I love this stuff. Mind Games has quality. They have quality, y'all. This is great stuff, man. Great stuff. So again, from the house of Mind Games, we have French Defense. Stay tuned for more conversation about this, especially as we build into the spring. DEDRICK 20 over at Avant Garde. Get you the discovery set. Check it out. Sample it, man. If you're in the cherry, I don't think you're gonna regret it. I don't think so. I don't. Man, so good. All right, we have one more fragrance to discuss that was sent over from my friends over at Avant Garde, and this one right here has really surprised me. Really surprised me, man. And this stuff, I couldn't wait to talk about with you guys for sure. From the house of Plume Impressions, I thought it was Plum, but it's Plume Impressions. We have Riviere Imperial. Riviere Imperial. I'm sure I'm butchering that top name. Now, this fragrance has been out for a few years. golly. But for the first time that I smelled, now I got this in a tester box. So it was a box, it was all white box. There was nothing on it, just the name of the brand. So I'm not gonna show that off to you guys. But the bottle, check it out. It's very classy. Very classy. It's probably clashing with my studio light. Very classy style of a bottle, all glass with gold accents and a gold cap, and then the atomizer is just simply all gold. Really nothing special about that. But this juice, man, reminds me of two of my favorite fragrances for sure. Let's go ahead and get this on the tester strip and get into it. Let me go show. Now this atomizer is great. This atomizer is really, really good. Check this out. Hey, look at that. That's even better than the Mind Games atomizer, man. That thing pushes all the way through very, very nicely. God. Oh, man. So good. So in the air, man, you get this cinnamon, fruity cinnamon spice in the air. It just smells so cozy, so warm, so attractive. That's what it smells like in the air. God, this stuff is good, man. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, to my nose, two fragrances that I believe this fragrance reminds me of. I believe this is a very nice blend of Parfums de Marly Owojan and Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. There's elements of both of those fragrances in this fragrance for sure. This is a very sexy fragrance, man. There's a tobacco note in here that's really hovering around like the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. There's like a fruity dry fruit accord in here with that tobacco that's kind of giving off that. Y'all know what where I'm headed to if you've experienced Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. It kind of has that for sure. Cinnamon. Almost a nuttiness, like a nutty gourmand type of effect in here. We're going to get to the notes in just a second, but definitely get a gourmand feel, like it's kind of like apple pie, pecan pie. There's just different elements of really good things here, and it's blended very nicely. It's not too sweet. It's not sickeningly sweet. It's not. The spices and the tobacco really make themselves present when it's going up against this fruity, sweet type of vibe that this also has in the fragrance for sure. This is date night, no doubt, but let's go ahead and get into the notes of this fragrance. This stuff is really, really good. Really good. So main accords, according to our friends from Parfumo.com, main accords, spicy, sweet, fruity, gourmand, and oriental. Top notes, dried fruits, cinnamon, and Marabella plum. Heart, tonka bean, patchouli, and tobacco. And in the base, you have amber, vanilla, and sandalwood. Now, I get a little powderiness to this as well. So to my nose, I kind of get like this tonka bean type of powdery effect. But according to the nose, it's not present. So the amber and the vanilla really dancing with the patchouli and the tobacco are really giving me that kind of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. But then on the other side, as I continue to smell this, I do get hints and remnants of Parfums de Marly Owojan. This stuff is awesome, man. This is immediately going into one of my, and I would wear this outside of date night. This is something I would wear to the office if I'm really feeling, cool, or we got some fun going on at the job, or if it's dress down day. Normally, I've said this before, I have to wear slacks, a button up, and some hard bottoms when I'm going to work. So if we're having a dress down fun day type of vibe at the job, this is something I would definitely like to wear in the cooler months, because this is definitely meant for cooler weather. But this stuff is good quality. I had never smelled anything from Plume Impressions before, but this is good. It makes me want to dive into the house even more. So again, if you're a fan of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille and Parfums de Marly Owojan, you might want to look into this. And if you haven't smelled either of those and smelling and listening to me break it down with the cinnamon and the dried fruits and the fruity plum that's in there for sure, the vanilla, the amber, if that's right around your alley, if you like those notes, you might want to check this one out. You might want to see what this one's about for sure. But this is really good stuff. Like I said, for a date night, absolutely. For a fun party or holiday night, holiday party or something like that, I'd wear this. To the office for a fun experience. If we're having, just a good time, whatever, at the job or whatever. This is something I would wear for sure, but specifically for the cooler and the colder months for sure. This stuff is good, and I like this. I like this. This is a good fragrance for sure. So I like both of these, man. Shout out to So Avant Garde. They sent these over to me, and I'm gonna be wearing them because I like them and they're my speed. Very interested to see what the wife, you know, what she feels about French Defense. But I'll get back to y'all on that. All right. So again, from the House of Plume Impressions, we have Riviere. Riviere Imperial. All right. All right, Smell Good family. Y'all let me know down below in the comments how many of you have heard of these fragrances that we discussed today. And again, if you're interested, save yourself 20% off. Both of these fragrances are on So Avant Garde and Mind Games. All right. So Avant Garde, DEDRICK 20, you can save 20% off this fragrance or anything else. And then on mindgames.com, put in DEDRICK 10 and you can save 10% on anything Mind Games, including sample and discovery sets. All right, so let me know down below. Let me know down below what you guys are thinking, if you've experienced these fragrances, and look forward to engaging with you guys in the comments. All right, so until next time, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. I appreciate all the love and support as always, and looking forward to doing this again. It's always a good time. All right, y'all, remember, splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around. And remember, what you put onto this world, yes, you, is exactly what you are going to get back for sure. Splack it.